Hey everybody, this is Raelene from Tribe Leadership Consulting, and I just wanted to introduce you to Kayla. Kayla, I reached out to ask her if we could have a quick chat on video about our past experience together, which was actually really brief, but she sent me a really lovely message on Facebook, I don't know, last week or something, and we just reconnected, and I'm kind of putting her on the spot today, asking her if she'd do this, but she's been so gracious and kind. And I just wanted to let you guys know a little bit about how we met and what we talked about. And I'll let Kayla introduce herself a little bit more, and then maybe we'll chat about how we first met.
Okay, so I have like an advertising and marketing background, and that's what we were talking about the first time we met. I'm a very creative person, but I decided to do business and realized that's not for me anymore, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I remember because we didn't know each other at all, right? Were we even really Facebook friends? Like you might have like seen a couple of things I had done or was talking about. And I remember getting this message from this random person, Kayla, who said, can we have a call? And I was happy to do that. And I remember you were kind of at a really hard place, like kind of transitionally. You'd been really burned by a past, like a business situation or whatever. And we're kind of at this point where you just weren't really sure like what to do next. Is that how you remember it? That's how I remember it.
Yeah, it was that. But yeah, there's something about her that I just felt really safe with, that I just really wanted to talk to for some reason. So I felt really pulled to. So I was just going for like more business advice, and then suddenly I broke down and actually told you the real situation of like being harassed, stuff like that. So
yeah. Well, and I remember you were like you hit on something really important, and that we do see this quite a bit where people think that their issue is a business issue, or they kind of self-diagnose, right? We do this all the time. People just by nature self-diagnose. And in your situation in that moment, you had sort of reached out because you wanted some advice on business. But as we got to talking, it was just sort of clear that there was something else that was really kind of hurting you. And it was that sort of you got really, yeah, like you say, harassed, and you were being bullied, and it was just a really bad situation. And it was impacting your work. It was impacting your desire to even do the work, and I remember feeling for you. And I actually remember thinking how brave you are to just kind of reach out to a complete stranger, and be willing to kind of go where you needed to go in that conversation. And we never, like, you were never a client of mine. We didn't have coaching sessions after. It was really just that one conversation that impacted both of us for sure, right? Because I thought how much courage it took for you to just reach out and say what you needed to say to somebody who you didn't know. And what did you feel about that when you went through that conversation? Because I know you had said later it was a bit of a turning point in what you were doing.
yeah, it was therapeutic. It really helped. And I noticed, yeah, I really believe in the universe kind of thing. So when my gut instinct told me like to just like say it out loud, what was happening, I felt really freeing. You didn't turn away, you were someone to lean on kind of thing for that situation. So it really helped, to appreciated it. Because a lot of people turn the other way.
Yeah, they're not willing to sit in the uncomfortable to sort of get to the other side of that. Yeah. Would you have any, like, what would you tell someone else who's sort of struggling and not sure, like maybe they're afraid to reach out and get some support? Like, what would you tell someone if they're kind of in that spot?
Yeah, I would tell them to reach out and keep reaching out until you find someone that's willing to listen.
Yeah. And I do think what you did, like you went with your gut, right? You felt something through whatever and felt comfortable reaching out to me. But anybody who's in that situation, they really have to trust their gut with A, if they should reach out, and B, who they should reach out to, because we all like resonate and connect with different people. But I'm just grateful, that you felt that connection to me and that we could have that conversation. What happened after that? Because we didn't talk after that. I know you're a part of the tribe community and, see each other on social media, but
I felt like standing up for myself, because before I felt like I should just back down, but I decided let's just keep fighting a bit. So yeah, this actually went to court.
oh, I didn't
And
know that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it did, because that's the kind of person she is. Like, she didn't want to pay, but she wanted to pay fees to make, I don't know, it was weird because you have to pay to keep, submitting. But I was like, okay. Everything was waived on my end, so I was like, I paid zero, so it was okay. She doesn't
Yeah.
know that, so we don't pay. And I just like kept them, they kept doing that, and then they finally gave up. So they're like, okay, can we just walk away from this? And I was like, yeah, fine. I was so stressed to that point. I was okay with not getting the money and just walking away, just letting them feel like at least financially sweat a little bit.
Well, yeah, and that they can't do that to people and have no repercussions at all.
Yeah, because that's what they assumed. As soon as she's like, I have a lawyer, I was like, okay, and then I still filed, and then suddenly the lawyer contacted me. I was like, you didn't contact me before, so.
Yeah. So then now you're a few years in, because this was like quite a few years ago. So what has happened since then in your life?
It feels like a 180, because before I was just behind the screen kind of thing, or behind the lens kind of in a way, helping other people build up their dream. And now I'm more in front of the camera doing acting. Well, I'm still doing videography and photography because I like that. But on the business side of things, yeah, no, never again. But yeah, I love the acting part.
Yeah. Well, I love that you kind of found your rhythm after that you needed to kind of find that space where you could stand up for yourself and like move through that. And I'm like, with the risk of sounding kind of patronizing or condescending, I'm just really proud that you did that, because so many people just don't have the guts, right, to just move forward or stand up for themselves and like advocate for themselves. And so I'm super proud of what you did, and so glad you're a part of our community, our like tribe family. So, and glad we could connect.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I got to like, I know I said at the time, but yeah, I was going through like a meltdown, so I didn't even realize I said thank you. So that's
You
why
did
I started
say
again.
you did. You did thank me at the time. Yeah. But well, and I guess the last thing I just want to say to everybody else, and I want to say thank you to you for being here, but I just want to say to other people, if you're struggling, if you're not sure, if you just need an objective perspective, there's so many great people out there who are willing to help, and you just have to like say yes to somebody's invitation, or reach out and say, hey, can I connect? I need an objective perspective, and follow your gut with who that should be, because not everybody's, going to be a good fit. And if you don't find a good fit the first time, try again. You are the best advocate for you, and no, as Mel Robbins says, nobody's coming for you, right? Nobody's going to get into your corner and get in your court unless you invite them and ask for that support, right? So, yeah.
There's one more thing like I'd like to add to that,
Oh, sure.
because I was following others people's view of who I should contact, because they're like, oh, that person's nice, they're upstanding, whatever. But I didn't feel it in my gut, even though, yeah, they had a reputation of being really great and accommodating. That wasn't the case when I reached out to them. So yeah, you should go with your gut, not with what people are saying like their words, because it doesn't like line up with their actions.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes on social media, everything looks perfect, right? That perfect coach, that perfect, whatever. But you got to go with who you feel good about. So I'm glad you reached out to me. I'm glad to know you. I'm glad to follow your story. And I look forward to like hanging out more.
Yeah, reconnect again.
Yeah.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time, Kayla. And I'm going to let you go and have a great day. But I really appreciate you being here and chatting with me today.
Thank you.
All right.